Hey everyone, welcome back to Hit Wicket. So that happened a lot quicker than we thought it would. Only lasted 19 overs on day 4 India, and it was quite disappointing after that huge character and fight that Kohli and Pujara showed on day 3. But yeah, day 4 was just a capitulation. It was all over in 1.5 hours. Looking at India's batting, starting at the top, Kohli and Pujara, they needed to really get through that first hour, and a bad judgment of a lead from Pujara sent him packing, and then Kohli got out as he has this whole series. England just bowled 5th stump line, and eventually he went for a cover drive and got nicked off. It's becoming a reoccurring trend for Kohli getting nicked off a bit, and I think he has to really review his footage back in the 2018 series where he left really well. Yeah, he has to go back to those sort of methods to score those big runs again. Then he definitely should look back, and I remember him saying that in England you have to keep your ego in check, and he hasn't done that this series. He's been trying to really feel for the ball, trying to assert his place on this match, on this series. But yeah, he was disappointing, and then after that it was just wicket after wicket. Rahane gone, Punt looked, I don't know, a bit all over the shop. Jadeja just got a handy 31, and then the tail just they collapsed. They're all out for 278. Leaving England to win by an innings and 76 runs. And then looking at the England bowlers, Ollie Robinson picked up 5 for 63. He's been compared already to Hazelwood and those likes, Glenn McGrath as well. He does look pretty good, to be fair, but he's only just started his career. I don't think there's any point in putting unnecessary pressure on him. He hasn't played in overseas conditions yet, but he looks the goods at the moment, and he has some fight about him, or some mongrel, you'd like to say. And I heard that before this game, Anderson taught him the wobble seam ball, and he applied that in this game too. So it just shows how he's already adapting to Test cricket within like game by game, and that shows that he's a true high class bowler. Anderson was pretty exceptional, to be fair. He only got 1 wicket, but that opening spell today with the new ball, he didn't give an inch. I think he bowled 6 overs, 1 for 4. So that was really good from him and Robinson. And then Overton backed it up with 3 for 47. He was bowling quite well. Good lines and lengths. He's quite tall, so he hits the deck hard. And Moeen Ali bowled absolute Jaffa to Mohammad Shami to clean him up. And I think one last note on England's slips catching, not just this day, but in this series, have been second to none compared to old English sides. If you think back to Cook's team, I mean, Cook himself was not a very good catcher, and that series in 2018, they dropped Kohli and other English players, maybe there was 15 drop catches by them in the slips. But today, it looked much more assured. Bairstow's taking one-handed grabs, and that was a good last catch too. Joe Root's pretty solid in there. Craig Overton actually looks alright in there as well. So their slips catching is looking a lot better, their bowling's good. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this 4th test. The series is poised now at 1-1. 2 games to go, but the next 2 pitches are more suited to India than these recent ones have been, because they are more spin friendly. I think looking at India's side, Ashwin has to come in, and I think Ishant Sharma will be a straight swap. Ashwin will come in, and maybe they'll think about replacing one of the batsmen. Maybe they'll think about bringing someone in for Rahane, possibly, but I don't think they will. I think they'll stick with the same sort of batsman. Whether they replace Jadeja or maybe I don't know who they could replace really, but bring in another batsman in Vihari or Surya Kumar Yadav, they could, to strengthen that batting lineup. But I think Ashwin will definitely come into both tests he'll play. For the England side of things, I believe Chris Woakes is probably going to be fit for the last couple of games. Mark Wood might be back, so I wouldn't want to change a winning outfit, but if it comes to it, if Mark Wood and Chris Woakes are fit, I think Sam Curran firstly will be a straight swap. Chris Woakes will come in. Sam Curran has been really under the pump this whole tour. He hasn't done too well. I think he's only got 1 or 2 wickets, and he's got a couple of ducks as well with the bat. So Chris Woakes will be a straight swap for him. And then they have to think whether they want that extra pace of Mark Wood to switch with Overton, and I think they will. If Mark Wood's fit, he will walk into that side, because last time he bowled, he was pretty exceptional. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that 4th test. Let me know in the comments below whether you think India can bounce back from this innings defeat, or do you think England will run through them now and win this series 3-1? What are your predictions for the rest of the series? And until next time, we'll see you guys later.